The trolls of Zul'Aman are fierce combatants and more than willing to fight to the bitter end. Incredible physical prowess is only the start, as the Amani tribe calls upon their animal gods for further strength. With the Horde's armies fighting on Outland, the Amani plan to strike at the elven capital of Quel'Thalas. But who exactly do we fight in Zul'Aman? Who are the tribal leaders of the Amani?
Make way for the Nalorakk!
Nalorakk, the twisted marriage of troll and bear. Much like IRL lore, or history, bears are revered for their strength and stamina, and the Amani tribe venerate Nalorakk by adorning their bear mounts with masks and magical amulets. In a similar fashion to normal bears, Nalorakk only does physical damage, meaning mages can put amplify magic on the entire raid. One more thing makes Nalorakk an incredibly unique character across World of Warcraft, as he appears to be the only known case of a left-handed character in the game. While he does make right-handed attacks with a spiked shield, he primarily swings a two-handed axe, with the left hand being dominant.
I be the predator, you the prey!
Before embracing the power of the Eagle Lower and becoming Akil'zon, the troll was a shaman of the Amani tribe. Shamans, being familiar with the elements of nature and the characteristics of animal spirits, seemed ideal to embody the Lower. Akil'zon harnesses the power of storms and swift winds to strike his opposition.
Come, strangers. The spirit and the dragonhawk be hungry for worthy souls.
Dragonhawks are native to Quel'Thalas. Tamed by elves and trolls alike, they make for fantastic hunting beasts, as they have impeccable eyesight and razor-sharp talons. Also, they breathe fire. In Hearthstone, Jan'alai's Dragonhawks are a group of troll fire mages devoted to the lore of the same name. Jan'alai herself also appears as a legendary mage card that summons Ragnaros.
Come, fools, fill my empty cages.
Lynxes are excellent at stalking and catching their prey, and Halazzi is no exception. When deciding which trolls would become the vessels of the Lower, Hex Lord Malacrass considered it fitting that Halazzi be bound to one of the Amani's greatest hunters. The four Lower here in Zul'Aman also appear in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion while questing in Zul'Drak, so keep your eyes peeled for them when you're there.
Your will belong to me now!
Using the Wayback Machine to look at the 2008 Zul'Aman information page on worldofwarcraft.com, we find a line hinting that, after Hex Lord Malacrass bound the animal Lower to the four warriors, he may have bound a darker essence to himself. The book Chronicle details the war between the trolls and the insectoid race of the Akir. Leading the Akir was a powerful general of the old gods, Kithix. Many of the smaller tribes were consumed by the swarm. Eventually, the Zandalari rallied the tribes together and forced the Akir to retreat. The Amani tribe stayed in pursuit through the tide of Akiri guards before launching a suicidal attack to finally destroy Kithix. The slim fraction of the Amani that lived to see victory would establish a new settlement atop the site of Kithix's death, which would flourish into Zul'Aman. It appears that Malacrass is being empowered and even manipulated by the great corpse beneath the city.
Anybody who get in our way gonna drown in their own blood.
Years before the opening of the Dark Portal, the High Elves of Quel'Thalas and the Amani Forest Trolls were engaged in a constant battle. Zul'jin was known not only to his tribe mates, but also feared by the Elves, who considered him a massive threat. At one point, Zul'jin had Lor'themar Theron, the current faction leader of the Blood Elves, in his captivity, mercilessly torturing him in an attempt to garner more information about Quel'Thalas and the Sunwell, the Elves' source of power. Zul'jin would continue to unite the forest trolls under a single banner of Zul'Aman, and eventually join forces with the Orcs during the Second War. The Troll Axe Throwers and League of Naval Destroyers would prove invaluable to the Horde during the war, but eventually, the siege of Quel'Thalas was abandoned in favor of attacking Lordaeron. In the aftermath, Zul'jin was captured by Hulduran Brightwing, who was a close friend of Lor'themar. With memories still fresh and the situation now reversed, Hal'Guron had Zul'jin chained to a rock and tortured, even gouging out the troll's eye. With limited options, Zul'jin would use a discarded spearhead to sever his own arm to free himself. This escape elevated his status among the Amani to new heights. While trolls have excellent regenerative abilities, Zul'jin's eye and arm remain absent. The regeneration of wounds and even limbs is a choice, and one that Zul'jin may be neglecting as a scar to bear. It was stated in a question and answer session with Chris Metzen that in the troll's mythos, the ability to regenerate is a power gifted from the lower, and trolls can be cursed without proper respect. With Zul'jin's plan to enslave the animal spirits by binding them to his warriors, the ability to regenerate being withdrawn seems quite fitting. Did you know that in the cancelled Warcraft Adventures role-playing game, Zul'jin had his own shop, where he traded a number of high-value possessions and artifacts? If you'd like to see a minisode about this subject, head on over to patreon.com/abuffwizard and make a pledge now. I'd like to thank my current patrons for their continued support, and thank you personally for watching. Until next time, be kind and farewell.